back with me to an ancient civilization. The drums roll as infants and children are offered in sacrifice to a bloodthirsty god. Hear the agonized cries of children. Watch the babies burn to ashes in the sacrificial fire. This is a Carthaginian sacrifice to their goddess of fertility around 300 BC. Carthage was one of the richest, most successful, and envied civilizations of ancient times. Its citizens were cultured, educated individuals, rich merchants and traders who helped to make the empire a powerful one. Still, ancient Carthage did not have a respect for the lives of the helpless. History makes it clear that abortion was a common practice there. Then, too, if someone didn't happen to have an abortion or their child was born with some defect, they simply killed them after they were born. The city was quite ready to humor the whims and desires of its citizens. The unwanted children were simply burned alive as a sacrifice in return for some favor. But this great civilization did not last. As it developed a disrespect for human life, it began to decline. Unfortunately, the Carthaginians, trying to remedy this decline, increased their child sacrifice, which in turn further weakened the empire. This happened because a civilization that is stable, and one that accepts and supports violations of human life, such as abortion, are incompatible. Unsurprisingly, in this state of disorder, Carthage was a perfect prey to the rapidly advancing Roman army, which conquered them in 146 BC. Now, let us travel north and across the Mediterranean Sea to the glory of the ancient world, the Greco-Roman Empire, the great empire that conquered and influenced the whole known world, the civilization of thinkers, philosophers, and geniuses, Plato, Aristotle, Cicero. And yet, these nations were quite similar in many ways to Carthage. They too accepted abortion. Aristotle encouraged it. He said, "When couples have children in excess, let abortion be procured." It is interesting to note that these civilizations did not last either. They also, as their disregard for human life increased, began to decline. Now, I would like to make a rather startling comparison. We too live in a wealthy and successful country. Compared with the rest of the world, we enjoy greater luxury and freedom than most other nations. We have a strong military force to defend ourselves against anyone who may happen to be jealous of our good luck. We have all sorts of security systems to protect ourselves from terrorists. But what a lot of people do not realize, as they did not in Carthage, did not in Greece, did not in Rome, is that the principal danger that threatens to destroy our country does not lie outside our borders, but inside, in the choices of American citizens, and in the choices of our government leaders. What threatens our country's safety today, as it did thousands of years ago to ancient civilizations, is the practice of abortion, a disrespect for human life. In 1973, our Supreme Court handed down a decision that would change our nation's attitude to abortion. In other words, in this free country, a mother now has the support of our country's highest court to kill her child at any time during her 9 months of pregnancy. Since that time, we have killed nearly 49 million babies. Since so many people support abortion, and because it's supported by judicial decree, we forget what an evil it is. It has become part of our culture. I repeat, part of the American culture. Now, remember Carthage. Sacrificing babies was part of their culture, so much so that it had become normal and quite convenient to the Carthaginians. I think we can pretty accurately say that abortion has become normal and quite convenient to us. Remember ancient Greece and Rome. Abortion was encouraged by their philosophers and thinkers and was also part of their culture. Many modern American leaders, philosophers, and doctors support and encourage abortion too. If our country so like these others were in its moral views, shall not our end be the same? The more these great nations developed a disrespect for life, the more they declined, until they were falling into ruin so fast that they were easy prey to whatever conquering nation was coming through. We clearly face two alternatives. The first is to allow America to become a reign of terror and extreme selfishness, which will eventually crumble to the dust, as did Carthage, a strong, secure nation of freedom, peace, and safety, which is what America's founders intended her to be. We can clearly see that there has not been a government or civilization in history that has survived and been strong while abortion has been acceptable. With this in mind, we can easily cry, "Woe to America!" Yet, there is hope for our country, even now. There is hope for our country in all of you gathered here today. There is hope in every individual person across America. That hope lies in our choice. We are each individually capable of saying yes and of saying no to abortion. What we choose will decide the fate of our nation. Let us learn from the past and bring hope to our nation's future by giving a strong and decided no to the looming danger of abortion. Mr. Frank wanted me to tell you that that was the speech I gave for last year's oratory contest, year 2008. The next oratory contest for this year, it's going to be
Spring.
Oratory and art. Is that what you said? Okay. Also an art contest. So please start considering that, entering a speech or I guess an artwork of some sort. It's a lot of fun, and we hope to get a lot of people this year. So.
How do you join us?
Oh, that's also how I found out about the P.L.Y.C Youth Congress. So. All right. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.